everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to Kit Crunch time. Yes, it's Kit Crunch time, and Kit Crunch is where we take a couple items that are new and just beautiful and we add to what we already have in our stash or our inventory and play with this kit for the rest of the month. And then of course the added bonus is that this is basically seasonal. We take a little bit of time and we think about what do we celebrate this month, and this is how I built the kit for this. And so then next week hop in and we will play with Nicole and Grace and the gang and monthly celebrations. That's what that's all about. So that's fun to do, and that's why I base this Kit Crunch around a seasonal theme just for that YouTube hop. So definitely hop in next week. And can you believe it's June already? It is June. Hard to believe. Time is flying fast. Yeah, it's flying faster than a toupee in a hurricane. I mean, I just can't believe it's June. Amazing. But each day's a blessing, is it not? Okay, so let's reach in. But before we do that, let's thank Tracy and Cynthia for the sponsoring this series for the entire year. So fun. And I know everybody's enjoying it. And then also, too, if you want to see Kit Crunch on a bigger scheme, bigger scale, and buying all this at one time, definitely look into SOS Series. That was super fun to do. Yes, I have a lot of kits to play with. Okay, so let's quit yapping and let's get to seeing what we have in this box. And of course, it's June, so let's talk about the men in our life. Yes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, we're going to do a manly type of masculine layouts this week for our Kit Crunch. How fun is that? Okay, so let's talk about the papers and how much did this cost. Yes, because you know our goal is $3 or under. Okay, so of course I have two Bella Boulevard papers and then a fabulous wood grain. Yes, okay. So the papers are from Dad Style from Bella Boulevard. Now, when I was getting the supplies for this Kit Crunch, what I decided to do was do seasonal, of course, and then start with the newest items that I hadn't seen, and I've never seen this collection, and it's really nice. So, of course, you can see it's definitely manly themed, and then, of course, the B-side is just a random dot, okay? And so, this is something I've recently been talking about, and you'll see it coming up in some videos. Is when you're adding masculine, look at what other companies do. And so you see we have dots and we have diamonds and we have stripes and of course bold black lettering, and then we have abstract, we have pie charts, we have shoes, ties, and then also two diamonds and of course more stripes, and then we have watches, pocket watches, there's the globe, just anything like that can be added in for masculine pages. It doesn't just have to say dad and man to be on a man page, okay? And so then the second piece of paper from Bella Boulevard, from the Dad Style, these go together, is pie charts. Now, this is the piece of paper I use for the color scheme for my kit, and you'll see that come up. And then, of course, the B-side is a wonderful brown. It looks like that design that's on the front of a composition book, that kind of like a random look. Very, very fun. And then, of course, a wood grain, okay? Now, you'll see a video coming up in a week or two where we talk about the purpose of wood grain. I think wood grain can be used for just about anything, okay? And especially in masculine pages. And I will have a video listed below where we built a kit and we added in the masculine elements. So look to the end of that video and you'll see more talk about how you can add in motifs and color and designs for masculine pages. And of course, this is a Christmas paper because if I flip it over, this is American Crafts Sweater Weather. And I talk about that. If you want to find wood grains, you mostly always have to look on the B-sides, and then you have to look into fall and Christmas. And for me, for a lot of my checks, my plaids and checks, I have to wait till Christmas, but then I look on the B-sides of paper. So this wood grain, that's a Christmas paper, but this can be used all year round. This is actually like a summer wood grain. Yes, there is different degrees to wood grain. Okay, so those are the three papers, okay? And then that was the kit starter. And then, of course, I get to play with wood veneer, which is just a jelly bean soup set of wood veneer called Bowl of Dreams. And there are so many motifs in here. And that's perfect for any type of layout, really. But there's arrows and feathers and hearts and cameras. I would even use flowers on a masculine page. Okay, and you'll see that coming up too in a video. And then, of course, these My Mind's Eye word stickers. Okay, so what is the cost of these kit starter? Okay, so the papers were 55 cents a piece. They were on sale. I don't know how that ended up being 55 cents. My wood grain was 77. okay? And then my wood veneer was 32 cents and my labels are 42. Now, someone had asked me, how did I come up with the price of 32 and 42? Because of the amount that's in a package, I divided it by 12, how many times I would get to use it, okay? And that's why it ended up. And you can see this is at the end of the month. Well, we're getting ready to reach half of the year, and that's how many I still have left over. Very, very affordable. And then look here. I don't even think I've hardly used any of these. And so this had 8 sheets. So I just took the price of this, whatever it cost me, and divided it by 8, okay? And so look, I haven't even hardly touched these. So, but it'd be perfect for this month. So that's fun to do. Okay, so those are my kit starters, and how much did that cost? $2.61. You just can't beat that. No. I mean, here it is. New fun papers. And wood veneer never gets old. And label and word stickers never get old. And that's what's great about this, is because it's alphabet, upper and lower, and it's also word stickers, okay? But my mind's eye, when they did these, 8 sets, 8 sheets of this in a set, I keep asking a couple other companies to get on the board, and do that, because I love these. Whenever I see these, I buy these, yes. And you can find these at places that carry older product. Okay. So that is the kit starter at $2.61. Oh, I love that. Yeah, under $3. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so this will be fun. So, of course, you can see that I already have, with these kit starters, I have all of these colors to pull in. That's going to be fun. Now I have the element of wood veneer, so I have dimension, and I have all these sticker sheets. So fun, fun, fun. Okay. And so it's amazing when we buy a pack like this, how far it really can go. I don't think sometimes we realize how far things like that can really go. So it's fun. Okay. So let's play with these pieces of paper here. And what did I add to? Okay. Now, of course, these are borders, but you can use these for, you know, also not borders, but you can use them as in a band. You can use them as half of a happy horizontal. You can use them, you know, cut the icons from them. You can use them for titles. There's so many things you could do with this piece of paper, and maybe I'll get into a little bit of playing with that. Okay, so using this colors right here on this Bella Boulevard Hustle and Heart. Okay, now mind you that right here's 2 pieces of paper, but really in essence I have 4 pieces of paper. So if you think about that, when you're doing a kit and you think, well, you're buying 1 piece of paper, but really if you do that 6 by 12 cut, that's 2 pieces of paper. So that's fun. So basically I already have 5 pieces of paper to start with. So what I decided to do was just look at the colors I have here, okay, and I just picked one of these and just went with that color. So let's just start with, I picked some red, okay. This is a red graph that came from, a red grid, which came from Teresa Collins. And then I picked some orange, okay. This is from Keeping Memories Alive. This is a paper that Scrapbooks.com sold in the 90s. That's too fun. And then here is a Simple Stories orange stripe. And I'm just using this color scheme right here to pick my colors. And I picked 1 red, 2 orange, whatever just floated my boat. I just did not say I had to pick 2 of this, 1 of this. It's just whatever I saw. And honestly, these papers took me less than 5 minutes. Yes, when you have your papers organized how you scrap, it goes fast. And here is a yellow, and you see what I have already. Just in these 4 pieces of paper, I have a grid, I have a plaid, I have a stripe, and then how I've just basically a geometric. Oh, that's fun. Love those colors. And then, of course, I went to some blues, and I picked this navy stripe. Now, this navy paper is from 2011. It's My Mind's Eye, and it is a velour. I mean, this is so, it's from the Lush line, and it really is luscious. This is all velour. I mean, it is just, again, adds texture. So there I got all the different shapes. Now I got some texture. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I want a blanket out of that. It's very pretty. And then, let's see, what else do I have? And then I have a turquoise, and that's a chevron. So again, another design. I'll just start another row. Another design. And then I picked one that has blue and turquoise. Okay, and this is a beautiful piece of paper too. This is by Studio Calico. So I didn't want to just go with all tone on tone, so there is a little bit of a pattern, again, getting in the geometrics. Perfect for a man page. And what else do I have here? Okay, so then I started to go with some wood grain, because you know I'm always going to pick that. Okay, that is from Crate Paper 2012. Crepe paper was crepe paper. I can't say that enough. That is just wonderful. Look at, oh, just beautiful. Okay, I could use that as a background. And then, of course, another wood grain look type paper, but this is the diagonal chevron type thing. And then, what else? Then I decided to get into some black triangles, okay? So those are my papers. Using this right here as my inspiration, I picked all of those. I mean, isn't that just wonderful? I'll put it like that. All of these papers here were picked in such a quick manner, and all I did was just use the color schemes. It's just wonderful how that goes. Now, since I only have one of this type of paper, and if I was to use it on one layout, I would have to have another multi-color paper to go with this. So what I did was I picked this one. Now, this is My Mind's Eye again. This is Jubilee, and the tones are just about the same, if you can look at that. Look at this row here, this second row, and then look at the colors here. And this is Bella Boulevard, and this is My Mind's Eye, and it looks basically the same. And of course, now we're getting into the geometric shapes, which again is perfect for masculine. So now I have two multicolor pieces, and then since it is masculine, I decided to break in a map, and so I just went with some of the tones. That matches so well, and I think this is My Mind's Eye. Yes, it is, Now and Then by Jen Allison. Okay, so again, there's a map paper, and I just picked a map paper that had colors that was represented here. Easy peasy. And then I got in a specialty of some gold, but this gold is in a geometric shape of the triangle. So when you're picking out metallics or specialty papers, again, look at that motif you're using. Okay, you see, I don't have any flowers. Can you imagine? Look at that. I'm basically going manly, and I'm going with geometric shapes, and of course map, things like that. Okay, and then of course a wood grain. Now I wanted to talk about, just for a minute, another piece of wood grain that just came into my inventory because it is really, really something. Okay, and it is this right here, and it's 8.5 by 11. So for you gals who are 8.5 by 11 scrapbookers, I want to talk to you about this paper pack for a minute. You can get it at Joann's, and it's by Park Lane, and which is distributed under American Crafts. So Park Lane is owned by American Crafts. So this is and if you look online, you're going to be deceived a little bit. So I don't have a Joann's to go to, but if you look at this, there's 5 different colors in this wood grain pack. Okay, of course it's 8.5 by 11. There's 50 sheets and 10 of each design, but the one color in this, that's not even represented on this sheet, so I don't know where that came. But anyways, it's beautiful wood grain. But here's the best thing. Look at this. Look at the bend test. It doesn't even bend. It's 110-pound weight. It's like a slab of wood. It really is a tremendous pack of wood grain. I'm going to show you the other papers here in a minute. You know, it's not going in my kit, but I just wanted to show this because I think I got this for like $2.50, honestly, for 50 pieces of paper. 8.5 by 11, but look at that. It doesn't even bend. 110 pound, and it says it has a white core. Okay, but I'll show you the other colors, okay? Because if you are an online shopper like me, you're going to be, it looks a little different than the packaging. So there's the turquoise. Let's just line them up to what it has, okay? So there's the turquoise. Okay, and then look at this beautiful pink, okay? And then, of course, this is, I'm going to say it's a little, like a dark jadeite green. Well, of course, that's what sold me. Okay, and then we have this purple, okay? And so then on the packaging, it looks like there's supposed to be a lighter purple, but that lighter purple is really this, like a blonde wood grain. I mean, look at that. And again, you get 50 in a pack. 10 of each of these colors, and it was less than $3. I just couldn't believe it. But 110 pound, yeah, card makers, and then you gals that are 8.5 by 11 scrapbookers, this would be perfect for background, your base pages, your foundation pages. Yeah, look into that. That's again by Park Lane, carried through Joann's. Well, but of course, you know, Park Lane is under the American Crafts umbrella. I was pleasantly surprised by that, yes. So I definitely want to show that because one of those, this here, is going in my kit. I mean, I just can't believe 110 pound. And this is a Joann's. They're stepping it up. Fun. Okay, so those are the papers, and of course I'm using this here as my inspiration. Okay, look at this wood grain with these. Just, oh, love it. Okay, again, look into this. Look into that on sale, okay? I think when it's not on sale, it's like $6 or something for 50 sheets. Yeah, especially for you 8.5 by 11 scrapbookers. Okay, so then what I did next is I went right into my alphas, because that's just kind of what my process is when I'm building a kit. And so again, just using this color scheme. And so, of course, I'm keeping in my mind, I have no photos picked out. I have no idea what on a scrapbook, but I know it's going to be masculine and the men of my life. And so, of course, I went with navy. I only have a couple of these in my life. And so I definitely went with navy, and I went with an orange and this black and white. Love that, okay? And then these are the thickers, and then I went with a couple smaller alphas in different colors, again, using this color scheme, just so I would have a variety, because not everything's going to be Florida Gator, navy and orange. No, so I need to have a little bit of variety. So when I want a variety, I don't always pull thickers. So I go to my flat alphas, okay? And so that is that. And I'll have a video listed below how I organize my alphas, and so you can see that. And then what else did I add? I'm looking around here. Okay, so let's go into some sticker sheets and things like that, because it didn't take me long to build this kit. I was so surprised. And so then what I did was I just picked things that had these colors. Okay, let me move these. So I picked some jelly bean soup, because of course jelly bean soup is going to have some of those colors, okay? And so this is from Spicy Social. It has that red and the yellow and the orange. And then this is from Too Cool for School. Oh, see, and there's that blue and turquoise. So with both of these sheets, these two jelly bean soup, I have basically every color represented there. So when you're picking out a sticker sheet, and I get asked this a lot, and when I first was building kits, this is what I ran into. You're looking for a sticker sheet that has all of them. Well, that's impossible. So when you're looking at your sticker sheets, just look at, if it looks like, oh, this has some red, this has some orange, this has some yellow, pick it, okay? This has some navy, this has some turquoise, this has some orange. And of course, this, you can tell, this has tough guy, hey dude. So that's basically on theme, okay? And then another jelly bean soup, and this is called, from 2012, I don't know what it's called, but it's got the super cool dude and man cave, so it's definitely that same theme. And then I absolutely have some stickers that came from the Dollar Tree, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and I like the colors, okay? Again, not every color here is represented there, but I can definitely find some that would go really, really well. Yes, love that. Especially when I see navy, I'm throwing it in, okay? And then I have some fancy pants. I think this goes really, really well. The Atwell collection, really good with that. What else do I have? Well, I have some fishies. You know, it's manly. Maybe I'll get in some fishing pages. And, of course, eyeglasses, okay? And then I have some gold foil, because I had that representation in the paper. I have my anchors, because, let's face it, most men are our anchors in life. And then, of course, some wood veneer that says family, and that navy and the red, perfect. And then, of course, I have a gold title that says family. And then I just found these. I think they are funky and fun. And I don't know what I'm going to do, so I added a variety, okay? And, of course, it says burgers and spicy, and I don't know. I don't know if I would do the flamingo on a man page or the unicorn. But some of that, like that spicy, you know, you never know what we're going to do. And then, again, more wood veneer with these colors. I mean, is this not perfect? Is that just not perfect? The colors in this are just perfect for that. This came from Hobby Lobby. And some gals are showing that this is a Tuesday morning, this Momenta line with the wood veneer and the layered chipboard and canvas and burlap. This is a really great set, and I think they're coming in at $1.49. This was $5 at Hobby Lobby, yes. And I don't think they have names to them, but they're just different sets, okay? So this is like family, home sweet home. And, of course, I added more fishies to go with the other fishies. Yes, I might do a fishing page. I might. Okay, so then the last thing I have, and I just lost something. What did I lose? I have, oh, yes, I have these bows. So why not? These are leather bows, and so they're going to be perfect. And I'm going to talk about bows here in just a minute again. So leather bows, that's perfect, okay? Masculine, leather, doesn't get any better than that. Okay, so then what I have is that I recently was organizing some journaling cards, and so I found some bits and bobs, and that's all this is right here, is bits and bobs of tags and frames and just leftover pieces. And so I just found any one that I found that I thought would fit this color scheme, and I had this piece of paper laying out right on my desk, and I thought, yes, that would work, that would work, that would work. See, there's the black, the turquoise, that mustard yellow, and of course craft and red. all of those, okay? And it didn't matter the size. I was just looking at color. Okay, see, there's even some red. Okay, just threw those all in there. And then, of course, these My Mind's Eye. These are pieces that come off of brads. I don't use them basically like that. I take my brads out, but I keep those for leftovers. Okay, and then, of course, I picked some brads. And so I just, again, used those colors that was in this inspiration piece. I just pulled that bowl here to my left. And if it looked like the colors on there, I just went with it. Okay. Fun. And then I wanted to play with something different this time. Now, this is June, of course, and so I don't have as much time to scrapbook as I do during the winter. So I didn't pull out any tools or, you know, like stamps and punches, because I'm just not going to have time. It's just mainly getting some scrapbooking done. So I went with a lot of stickers and things like that. So you can always layer, get out your foam tape. So I'll just be playing with that. And then I pulled out some black and white twine, but this is more coarse. So when you're doing masculine pages, look at your textures, because that is how you can add that in. You know, your burlap, your canvas, your cork. And this twine is by Lawn Fawn, and it's really kind of rough. So, but it's perfect for a man page. And then, of course, flair. Okay, and there's a deer head, some stars, and some more critters and family, and then again, geometric shapes. So I just got out my flair binder and picked a few that I thought would go with that, especially the navy. And then, of course, I thought, well, I would add in some more black embellishments. So I pulled out my black box, and I found these enamel dots, and I thought, wait a minute, I think those are navy blue. I can't believe I had a pack of navy blue enamel dots and I didn't even know I had. No, I thought they were black, but they were actually navy blue. That was a happy find. Okay, so then the last thing I have is that I added some of these bows. Oh no, I have one more thing. And in our Spending Freeze freebie, our May edition, I had shared that I had created these bow PDFs. I didn't create the bow template itself, and there's more in the video, but I taught, and I'll have the video linked below, but I included some of these bows. These are just printables because, again, we're talking about masculine. Bow ties, absolutely. And speaking of bow ties, you may see a bow tie coming up in the future when we talk about memorabilia in our photo series, so stay tuned for that. So I included a few of those bows in this kit. How fun is that? Okay, so again, just using little bits and bobs, things I was seeing, things I've been organizing, and then, you know, it's funny that the last thing you just bought or the last thing you just organized is the first thing in your brain. I mean, isn't that something? So that's why I had been putting away some flair, so I pulled out some flair. I had been organizing some journaling cards. I pulled out some of them. Isn't that funny how your brain works that way? Yes. So then the other thing is that we've been playing with paper pads in our paper pad party this summer, and so I was tearing down some paper pads, and I'll have that video listed below. And so, of course, I had a cover sheet. And when I say a cover sheet, I mean something like this. It just comes on the front of your paper pad. So I had done one about the great outdoors, and so I thought, well, instead of just throwing that away, I absolutely cut all of that apart, and right there was the title. And I can use this as a cluster base or an actual title on a page. And then each one of these squares I just cut down, and I'm going to put all of that in this kit because I did have some fishies in there. Where's the fishies? Which I just love these fishies. 99 cents for these. Wow. Remember, K & Company was the embellishment packet, you know, company at one time. So I went ahead and just threw in these little, you know, just little bits and bobs that maybe you would just throw away in the trash. I thought, why not cut them up? Great for a cluster base, or you can actually make a background page with these. So I went ahead and threw that in there because, to me, outdoors, manly, all fits together. Yes. So I think that's all I have. I may pull in a punch or something. I don't know. It's going to have to be fast scrapbooking. It's June. You know what that means. That means yard work, and that means time outside. Yes. But it's still fun to scrapbook during the summer. It's just that sometimes you have to change your process. And that's okay, because in the summer, you may find yourself more indoors than outdoors, or vice versa. So if your process changes, it's just a seasonal thing, and just tell yourself that. And then also, too, if you don't have time to scrapbook and all you do is have time to watch videos, tell yourself it's just seasonal. It happens to all of us. And so in the wintertime, I have more time to scrapbook, but then when the new year rolls around, you have so many other things to do. But in the summer, I do have to do faster pages. So sometimes I just take the tools and I table them for later on, and that's okay. every page doesn't have to take 3 hours, and not every page can be done in 30 minutes. So, just don't worry about that. Okay, so even though I've been scrapbooking a long time, sometimes a page will take a long time. Sometimes I can whip it out in 40 minutes if I want to. Okay, so that is our Kit Krunch for the month of June. Can't believe it. We're going to work on some masculine pages, play with these darker colors. Yes, I don't think there's a bit of pink in here. We might get some coral in here, and you can even see in that masculine collection from Bella Boulevard, you see this? This is almost like a coral, so that's getting a little bit into that. So yeah, every color. You can just play with every color on any page. You don't have to follow any rules with that. Okay, so I'm just chatting at this point. Okay, so that is what I have for Kit Krunch for the month of June. Thank you, Tracy and Cynthia, for once again adding some fun into our lives. I'm anxious to find some photos and see what I'm going to print. I definitely think I'm going to look into some fishing because when I saw this, it just, the colors were so perfect with that. And now I'm in the mood to scrapbook a fish layout. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Come back to RTS because you never know what we're going to do. Bye.